Hello everybody and welcome back to some more Pokémon Sun Rainbow Wedlocke. In the last episode, we made our way through the Brooklet Hill and took on the second trial of the game, and we faced off against Totem Wishy-washy. And all thanks to our amazing Calfight, our Charjabug, we one-shot that Totem with one hit. It never got to attack, which is amazing if you ask me, earning Calfight a boss stamp. And I never actually got to go over Calfight's strategy for that fight. I never showed you the item he was holding, but he was holding the Aguave Berry. That is a better berry than a citrus berry, and it confuses Pokemon whose nature does not like it. And I did double check that Calfight's nature, being, I think, Rash? Quiet, does like Aguave Berries, meaning it would have healed him half of his health after he dropped to 1/4, which could have saved his life if it got sketchy. But thanks to Calfight and his amazing power, we stomped that Wishy-washy down. They have beyond legendary stats. They're like Slacking and Archeops. They are incredibly powerful. And luckily for us, we steamrolled that thing one shot. And that's amazing. So in this episode, now that we have our Lapras Ride Pokemon, we can go around through the rest of the game. Well, through the game that... Not the rest of the game. Not in this episode anyways. At some point. But we can go back to all the areas that we could use Surf on. And we can get ourselves some cool Water-type Pokemon. And there's a lot of trainers to fight in Melemele Sea, at least, that we can go ahead and take on. And there's quite a few really cool Pokemon that you can actually get using Surf. So I'm actually going to spray Repel up here before we get started. What is this? This X special attack. I always forget to clear these. And I do, sort the bag. I just haven't been doing it. I normally do it off screen, so don't mind me. I'll just do it right now, because I know it does bug some people. It bugs me as well. That's why I'm doing it right now. So, I'm going to spray up a Repel, as I said, and then we're going to go ahead and head back into Brooklet Hill. And you might be like, well, you had the Surf. Wait, I don't have Repels, that's right. Well, we're going to be doing a lot of surfing, so I'll be right back. Oh, alright guys, Repel has been activated. I bought like 10, and I did actually go ahead and sell off a lot of the items that you can sell, like Nuggets, Star Pieces, our Revives, and now we got 33,000. I was almost out of money, so I sold all that stuff off. The things that are made for selling, basically. So we did that, and one thing else I want to point out before I start the episode and forget, in the comment section, a lot of people actually pointed out, well, and in my Discord server, a lot of people pointed out that Grass Hidden Power on Bob is actually the best thing I could have ever asked for, seeing as how Bob and VLD are weak to rock, ground, and water, and Hidden Power Grass covers all of those. So I actually did teach Hidden Power to Bob. I don't remember what I got rid of. I did it off screen so I didn't forget by the time I ended up recording again. And I'm glad I did, because I would have forgotten about it. So I taught Hidden Power in case an over Ember is what it was, yeah. So there's that, and I gave Calfight a Person Berry just for an item to have right now, because he doesn't have Acrobatics right now, and I think I'm going to leave it that way. I'm going to keep Charge for a little bit. So one thing that they pointed out is if you come down here, I missed this completely, and it's actually really worth coming back to get. So this is TM55, Scald. And Scald, as you guys know, is an incredible attack. Somebody said you could get Scald here, and I was like, there's no way you get Scald here. That's too overpowered. You do, and nobody can learn it, but maybe someday. One of the Pokemon that we're going to catch today can definitely learn it. Well, actually, every Pokemon we can catch today is going to be able to learn it. So, to the next spot. Alright, guys. Here we are in Melemele Sea. So I did put up a Repel. This actually isn't Melemele Sea. This is Hau'oli City still. We already got our encounter here, being Miazurkyu, our Pichu. That is no longer with us. But having a Repel up here is very important, because what I want to get here, I'm going to have to go over a big, long list of things. So I really planned out my encounters very well. And I need to get a fishing encounter in a bubbling spot here for me to get what I want. And I'll go over that once I find a bubbling spot. Here's one. I know that trainer's going to get me, so I'm going to pause. So what I want to go over here is there's 3 Pokemon I can get here in the bubbling spot. And there's 1 Pokemon here I can get that doesn't count. So Love Disc is a 40% here. Corsola is a 20% here, which if I SOS in, I can get Mareanie. I'll go over that if that happens. And Wishy-washy is a 20%. That's the only things that I can get here by fishing. I don't want anything with surfing. Finneon and Tentacool I'm not interested in. So I apologize to those fans. I love Tentacruel, but I really would like to have a Mareanie here. That's what I would really like to go for. So, this I want to do because later on in the game, Route 9 is the only other place that I can get Mareanie, and it's a really unique Pokemon that I would like to get. And I can force one, because the same encounters that I find here are the same things I can get on Route 9. So, if I get Love Disc here, I can get Wishy-washy in Melemele Bay, and then I can guarantee myself a Mareanie. But, if I get a Mareanie, I want to wait until Route 9, because if I fish there and I get lucky and I get a Wishy-washy over a Love Disc, which is very unlikely based on the percentages, but that's something I'd like to go for. If I get Wishy-washy there, then I guarantee myself a Shelter in Melemele Bay. And I already get a Barboach in Seaward Cave, or Paniola Town, but I'm going to get it in Seaward Cave, because I've got to go through there anyways. So, whatever I get here, if it's not Love Disc, it's still very good. But, I would like to get Mareanie here and just be done with it. So, I'm going to go ahead and get my encounter for Melemele Sea by fishing in this bubbling spot. So my encounter for Melemele Sea, it doesn't want to bite, come on. My encounter for Melemele Sea, you gonna do this to me, game? My encounter for Melemele Sea is going to be, come on, Corsola! Yeah, we got ourselves a Mareanie! So, you might be thinking, that's a Corsola! However, due to my rule previous game clause, Corsola does not count. I've used one before. I know, if you haven't seen my series, you're like, you've used a Corsola? Yeah, I have, and I loved my Corsola coleslaw. So because of that, Corsola does not count. But it can call in one of its buddies. And that's exactly what I'm going to hope for today. Actually, not one of its buddies. Mareanie is most certainly not a friend of Corsola. So, I am allowed to SOS things in, and I'm going to start this by using my first item for the pair of Calphite and Bellamord. I'm going to use an Adrenaline Orb. That makes it so it calls for help much more likely. Now, this thing's only level 10, so it's not too threatening, but I don't want to attack it, obviously, because it's not going to work very well for me if I attack. Hopefully it doesn't crit. Okay, it's dealing some sort of damage. Maybe it'll call for help. There we go. Come on, call in a Mareanie. Yeah, we got a Corsola. That's fine, though, because I can weaken that one. I don't have to worry about that. It didn't call for help. I gotta bite it again. I know it doesn't kill it unless I crit. Don't crit, Bellamord. Don't do this to me. Alright, flinched it. Good. Call for help. Mareanie, Mareanie, Mareanie. Come on. Alright. Mareanie, Mareanie, Mareanie. It's a Corsola. That's fine, though, if it's the low level, because then I can just straight up kill it. Alright, goodbye, Corsola. Don't use recover, kid. I swear. You recovering rock things? You are nothing compared to what Corsola was. Mareanie, if you call Mareanie, you're pretty great. Come on, come on. Mareanie, 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 Mareanie. This is just a mind thing. Like, this is, like, freaky. Come on, Corsola. Call for your friends. Have a Mareanie come in to eat you alive, and then we save the day. Basically. I'm disappointed. Yeah, come on. Please, I want to be done with this. I didn't think this would take this long. Why? Don't crit me. Okay. Call for help. Okay. Beautiful. I love you, Rocky. You're great. What? You do this to me? Come on. Crit Bubble Beam frightens me, but it's not using recover for some reason. Which maybe it's out. Maybe there's only 10 recover. For some reason I thought it had 20. It might, but maybe it's just not using it. I don't know. Alright, call for help. Come on, Mareanie. Mareanie has been summoned! Alright, our encounter for Melemele Sea is a level 12 Mareanie. Beautiful. So I'm not too sure what it can do, and that scares me. But I know it'll probably attack Corsola, so I'm going to use healing item number 2 of the fight. I'm going to use a Super Potion on Calphite, and hopefully that Mareanie takes out Corsola, and we can just be done with this. That would be nice. It has Peck. That's interesting. I've never actually used the Mareanie. I don't know any of their moves, but I know they're really cool, and it's something that I really wanted to get this playthrough, and we're definitely going to get one, which is amazing. Alright, Calphite, spark that Corsola. Mareanie, you can help tag up, or not. We don't need that to happen. Goodbye, Corsola. Alright, Mareanie has been summoned. Hallelujah. It only took, what, like 20 minutes? Okay. I'm gonna use a timer ball because it's been so long. Maybe we'll just get it and we'll be done. Hit it with a timer ball! And we got ourselves a Mareanie. Oh, yeah! It was worth it. I was scared I wasn't gonna get it, but we did. And that's a Mareanie caught. Beautiful. I love this little thing. It's so cool looking, and I've been wanting to use one since they were released. Alright, Mareanie has been registered. Mareanie is the Brutal Star Pokemon. It plunges the poison spike on its head into prey. When the prey is weakened, Mareanie deals the finishing blow with its 10 tentacles. Tentacles? No! Tentacles! So, as you guys know, my naming theme is NPCs and monsters from the online game RuneScape. So I'm going to check my list, find a name for this Mareanie, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I've got an amazing name for this Mareanie. So, there was something in old school RuneScape that's very similar to Mareanie. It's basically the same thing, and it's a Kraken, which everybody knows what a Kraken is. So I'm like, I'm not going to name it that. It's just too regular of a name for me. It's not even on the list just because it's just too regular of a name. But then I thought to RuneScape 3. There's two different versions of the game. I'm not going to get into it, but there is a Kraken boss on that game for low-level players, but it has a name that isn't Kraken. And that name is what I'm giving this Mareanie. So, the name I'm going to be giving this Mareanie is Agaroth. We have Agaroth, the Mareanie. I think Agaroth is an incredibly cool name, especially for a little squid kraken like this Mareanie. So, before we send it to the PC, I want to go ahead and see what this thing's preference is going to be. I would love it if it was something unique and not the same thing as we've been getting, like opposites. Maybe it'll be an any. We haven't gotten a Pokemon like that yet. But let's check his summary and see what he's all about. So, Agaroth is a naughty nature, which means he likes males only. So we've got our second Pokemon that's male that only likes males. So he can join the rankings of Bob and Vieldy, which is pretty sweet. And it got Merciless. I don't know what the other ability is, but it says the Pokemon's attacks become critical hits if the target's poisoned. I don't know if there's another ability, but that's a really unique ability. And with an attack-raising nature, maybe that's pretty awesome. I don't know anything about Mareanie, but I know you guys will let me know how that is. So, there's Agaroth, the Mareanie. Pretty awesome. Alright, something unique for once. I'm going to go ahead and send it to the PC. And we'll organize the PC once we get our other encounters for this episode. Alright, that was a struggle. But we got him, and it's nighttime now. It took so long that... Was it nighttime before? I don't remember, but like... It's nighttime in the game now, which is pretty funny. So, I know, like, these two got a little bit of levels. I actually want to go get my encounters before we actually explore Melemele Sea. I want to get the other Pokemon that we're going to get this episode. So, I believe what my plan is after getting the Melemele Sea encounter, by going to Kalele Bay, if I get Wishy-washy there, it guarantees the fact that I'm going to get a Love Disc on Route 9, which isn't very cool. So, if I waited till Route 9... it would make it so, what am I trying to say? If I got Wishy-washy there, it would make it so that Shelter's guaranteed in Kalele Bay. So Shelter over Love Disc is a potential thing. So I don't want to get my encounter for Kalele Bay yet, because I've been planning on getting a water type. I'm not going to go for Bagon, in case anybody wanted me to. I'm not going for Bagon. I'm going to go for a water type. Should I? I mean, yeah, I think that's what I want to do. I don't want to change my ideas here, but, like... yeah, I think I'm going to leave it like that. So, what I want to do now is I actually want to head over to the Seaward Cave. Remember that little cave that's in Melemele Meadow that we didn't encounter in because there was nothing there? Well, there's actually something that I can get with fishing. So, the only two things that you can get there with fishing is a Magikarp and a Barboach. And I've been wanting to use a Barboach for longer than I can remember. Whiscash is a really, really cool Pokemon. But I can guarantee myself one because I'm not allowed to get Magikarp, as many of you know. So, I'm guaranteed a Barboach. So, I'm going to go ahead over to the Seaward Cave, get ourselves a Barboach, And that's the last encounter that I want to get for this episode. I'll be back at Melemele Bay after we get our encounter on Route 9, which is after Diglett's Cave. For any of you that are wondering, it's that area right after there. Right before Olivia. I wanted to wait till then, because that's the only other spot that you can get Love Disc and Wishy-washy in the same area. And I just really don't want to get a Love Disc if I don't have to. And if I got Wishy-washy, then I'd guarantee a Love Disc, and it'd just be a waste of an encounter. So by waiting, I could potentially get Wishy-washy there, and then I can get Shelter in Melemele Bay, skipping Love Disc entirely. Many of you can understand why I'd want to do that. I know I'm the person that really likes to use underused and unique Pokemon, but Love Disc is just one of those Pokemon that is so unbelievably bad that it's not worth my time using. I've used a Pokemon similar to that in a previous playthrough of mine, and I really wanted to use it. Not really similar to, like, Love Disc, it's better than that. It was an Emolga, and, you know, it didn't work out too well. Not to spoil things, but, like, it just wasn't... It's not something... Like, there's some Pokemon that are just so bad in certain games that it's not worth using. And I'd consider a Love Disc in Hoenn, but I definitely would not consider one in Sun and Moon, because these games can get pretty rough, and I just don't think Love Disc is going to be anything that's worth me using. If I get one, I'll catch it, and if it becomes a Pokemon that I have to use because it's all there is, then I'll definitely give it a try. I'll try as hard as I can. But if I can avoid getting it as an encounter entirely, I'm definitely going to do anything I can to avoid that. Love Disc is just one of those Pokemon that is just so awful that you can't really use it too well. I know some people in the my Discord server have used it fairly well. Good for you. It's just not something I really want to go for. So, luckily we got a bubbling spot right away. It makes Barboach 50%. So, I'm going to go ahead and fish. Hopefully we get ourselves a Barboach. I know I didn't heal up. Alright, nothing seems to be biting. I'm going to switch my Pokemon around, actually, then. I want to go ahead and put Eris up front. If it has any ground-type attacks, it won't affect me. I don't know if it does at this point, but, you know, that's fine, because I know they're a ground-type, so I'll just put Eris up front. So, my encounter for the Seaward Cave, because we didn't get anything here last time we were here. Nothing seems to be biting again. You gonna do this to me, fish? Come on now. My encounter for the Seaward Cave. My encounter for the Seaward Cave is going to be... Oh, it's an item. Thanks, Big Pearl! Not that I wanted you. Wait, I can't get anything surfing. That's right. I'm going to spray repel anyways. Or did I already? I already did. This is how out of it I am sometimes, guys. Alright, so I could just fish regularly, but I'm not going for a 1% Barboach. No thanks. I'm just going to look for another bubbling spot. You know, it's not really worth it. I mean, I'm guaranteed one no matter what, so it doesn't really matter. But I'll do this little area because I know there's some stuff you can get with surfing. Or maybe the only thing you can get's at... the Big Pearl, the Max Revive that I just got. Not the Big Pearl. The Big Pearl was from fishing. Yeah, fine. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and leave the cave. I'll find you guys when I get a bubbling spot. Alright, another bubbling spot. My encounter for the Seaward Cave. You know, I'm like, I have OCD, kind of. I do these things. Like, I have to say my encounter for the Seaward Cave is going to be... I just have to do it every time, because it sounds cooler. Even though you have to say it 9 times to get your encounter. And it's a Barboach. There we go. Alright, we didn't have to do this several times. My encounter is going to be a Barboach. I want a female, I want a female, I want a female. Dang it. Alright, that's fine. Well, I'm not going to try and knock it out. Definitely. I'm not going to even attempt to attack. I'm just going to throw a netball and hope for the best. And we got ourselves a Barboach. Oh, yeah. I've always wanted to use a Whiscash, and especially in Sun and Moon. I think it'd be so cool. I love Whiscash. It's amazing. And it's the only Pokemon that a Master Ball doesn't work on. Anybody get the reference? They actually can be caught with a Master Ball. I'm just saying, guys. Anime references. Nobody? Nobody out there? Anyways. We got ourselves Barboach, the Whiskers Pokemon. Its 2 whiskers provide a sensitive radar. Even in muddy waters, it can detect its prey's location. So, I'm going to check my naming theme for a name for this Barboach, and I'll be right back. Alright, guys, so there's a couple names that I was thinking for this Barboach. There's one name on my list that doesn't really fit anything, but it's one of the coolest names on my list. It's my favorite name on the list, and I really wanted to use it for something that I really want to use, like this Barboach. But I found a name that's just so fitting for Whiscash that I just can't not use it. It's actually not on my list. It wasn't cleared for the list because it's a weird sounding name. It's not too unique. It's just weird. But for a Barboach and a Whiscash, it's just too fitting to pass up. So, there are these little Slayer creatures that hide in the water and in the mud. And they look like Whiscash a little bit. You can't really pass it up. And those little creatures are called Mud Skippers. We have Mud Skipper, the Barboach. I gotta do it. It's just too good. So, the reason I wanted a female when I found this Barboach is because a female Whiscash Ace would have been incredible. I could have been able to pair it with my Mankey. But, you know, and it would be great because then my fire types, if they were in trouble, they could switch to a water type. But that's okay. Let's see what type of Mud Skipper this little guy is. What do you like, Mud Skipper? Mud Skipper's nature is naughty, so it's also liking males. That's weird. 2 naughty in a row. Alright, so we have 2 water types that like males. And it's Oblivious, which I think is the bad one. What's the other one? It can't get water absorbed, can it? I'm almost certain it can't. I think it's Oblivious and Own Tempo, maybe? But Infatuated really doesn't matter. But I don't know what the other ability is. Somebody tell me. I'm not going to look it up because I'm lazy. So, there's Mud Skipper, the Barboach. And we'll also send him to the PC. So, I'm actually done getting water encounters now because I want to wait to do Kelele Bay, obviously, as I said. I'll go to Kelele Bay. That way, when it is time to come here, I'll already be able to fly, so I'll just, like, fly back, get my encounter, and kind of, like, skedaddle. I'm sorry, I'll never say that again. Let's go to Kelele Bay with my rappel still up, and, like, get an encounter. Wait, no, not get an encounter. What's wrong with me? I want to get an encounter. Like, Bagon's not sounding too bad, but, like, it's not guaranteed. Like, I'll probably end up getting whatever the other Pokemon is. I forget what it is. There's something else that I can get here that I really didn't want. Rash decisions. Rash decisions. Rash decisions. Rash decisions. Rash decisions. Rash decisions. I can't be helped! I can't be stopped! I plan all this out! Nothing seems to be waiting. I can still bail. I planned out the perfect route for an encounter, but I can't be helped! Stop me, please! Stop me! I can't wait, I'm too impatient. My encounter for Kelele Bay is gonna be... Shelter, please, don't punish me for my mistake! No! What's wrong with me? I planned this out! I thought I'd get lucky. Our encounter is gonna be a Wishy-washy. I could've got Bagon! I can't be trusted, guys. Well, to be fair, in my mind, Wishy-washy and Love Disc are just as useless, so... We got ourselves a Wishy-washy. I can't be stopped. Like, I have problems. I came here, I was just gonna get my items and bail. It was calling me, and I made a mistake. Alright, our encounter's a Wishy-washy. Wishy-washy is the schooling Pokemon, I believe. The small fry Pokemon, the solo form. When it's in trouble, its eyes moisten and begin to shine. The shining light attracts its comrades, and they stand together against their enemies. So I guess we're not getting a shelter this playthrough, but who knows? I know somewhere that we can get a shelter. That's all I'll say for now. So, I'm going to check my naming theme list for a name. I'll be right back. I can't think of anything good for this thing. I'm just going to use a name that I don't really care for, and it's kind of fitting. It's Sensei. He's a Sensei expert on the ocean. I don't know too much about this guy, just some random NPC that I found, and he sounded... Oh, it's a girl. Does it matter? It kind of does. Alright, let me check again. I can't find anything good for this thing. I'm just gonna go with a girl name that really doesn't make any sense. It's just a merchant, and her name is... Xenia. I think that's how you say it. So we have Xenia, or Xenia, the Wishy-washy. I didn't really care. There was nothing too fitting for it. What's your preference? If you're naughty nature, I'm gonna freak out. Adamant. So that makes this thing an ace. So this is going... Hey, we got a water type ace. I think it's an ace. Let me check my list. No, Modest is ace. Adamant is males only. So it's the same thing as naughty. So it's not opposites, but I mean it's the same thing as opposites since it's a girl. So we have another opposites. Xenia, the Wishy-washy. Okay, that's fine. I guess we're stuck with a love disc on Route 9. I'll get it, because, you know, I don't ever miss skipping an encounter just because it's no good. But if I can avoid it, I will. But, yeah, we have Xenia, the Wishy-washy. So I guess now we can explore Kalele Bay. And then we can go back to Melemele Sea. No, I didn't want to fish again. No, nope, no, please. I don't want it. I don't want your stuff. Watch me get like a 1% shelter fishing after not getting a 20% shelter. Because the game doesn't love me. What was that other Pokemon that you can get in the grass down here? I know it's Bagon and something else. I see the Zygarde core. I don't know if I'll go back and get it. What was the other Pokemon? I know there's a reason I didn't go for Bagon. Bagon's like 10%, and then everything else I can't get, and then there's one Pokemon that I can get. Of course. I could have done it. I could have got Bagon. But no, I got a Wishy-washy. I don't even like Wishy-washy. I hate those little things. I don't like them. What was the Pokemon, though? I know there's something you can get here. Oh, I know what it is. It's a Wingull! No! That's why. Okay, I'd rather have a Wishy-washy. Okay. Actually, you know, Wingull wouldn't have been too bad. Don't let it... No. No, no, no. I didn't say it. I take it back. I take it back. Wingull are not good. Wingull are great. I full-heartedly admit that. Wingull are great. Like, just straight up. Wingull aren't bad. Wingull are great. I full-heartedly admit that. Old meme. We got TM05 Roar. It's useless. Let's go ahead and spray Repel. Yeah. Let's get the rest of the encounters at the Kalele Bay. I know I'm saying it wrong, but that's how I say it, because it's like Kalele Bay, Kalele Bay, Kalele Bay. I'm going to shut up, because I'm ruining my channel. Once again, I could get on these spurts where I ruin everything I have by talking. It's kind of a normal thing for my life. It's just like, what's up? I'm here. And everybody's like, great. And then they all leave, and I'm like, just sitting here. What's on this rock? Old rock? No. Nobody gets it, because, like, nobody gets it. Alright, what's this? A dive ball! So I replenished the dive ball that I had used to catch the thing that I wasn't supposed to catch. Then I ran into a Pokemon in the grass. I would have got a Bagon. I cried to myself. I'm disappointed. And then I grab a Zygarde core. I leave. I go back to Melemele Sea, finish this terrible video. And then you guys wait for the next video, which hopefully is better than this one. Goodbye. Alright guys, in the PC. So it's actually not so bad that I didn't get a shelter, because I got... Oh, that nature's horrible, I just realized. Because I got two really good Pokemon that I really wanted to use. And what's really cool is all we had was 4 Pokemon that likes females only, and 2 aces. But now we got 3 Pokemon in a row that like males only, which is what we were really desperate for. We needed Pokemon that like males. Yeah, they're all water types, but it's still really good that that's what we ended up getting. It's the best thing we could have asked for. So let's go ahead and move them over to the males. Oh, so now we have equal amount. That's beautiful. We have an equal amount of Pokemon that like males. We have an equal amount of Pokemon that like females, and we have 2 aces. No Ennies yet, because I forgot about Pick-a-Peck. So we got something that's not a water type in case it's a problem. But that's really cool. So now we can change the markings on all of them to like males only. Yeah, that's how we do it. And then we've got these Pokemon now. I'm really excited for all of them. I was really hoping that Barboach would be any, because I really want to use it, like, desperately. But, I mean, it can wait. Maybe later on the line, when I use it, it'll be able to evolve right away. So that'll be good. And then there's Mareanie, too, which is super awesome. So I'm just really excited for our encounters. Not Xenia, really, but, like, it's never going to be used. Like, unless the Pokemon that it's getting paired up with is weak to Grass and Psychic. So, yeah. I had a Wishy-washy in my PC the entire time. In my last playthrough, on my last Wedlocke. I don't like them. I don't like them at all, so... Yeah, we have Mareanie and Barboach. Really, really cool. Alright. Alright, guys. Over here, we can grab ourselves a Zygarde cube right by Kukui's house. And I just wanted to grab that one because we're over here. And that's where we're going to be headed next, is to Melemele Sea. I'm going to take it from this side because it's easier for me to realize and remember. Well, to remember what trainers I've fought and what trainers I haven't fought. I know I haven't fought any of them yet, but I'll try and use the map on the bottom screen. I hate water routes because it's really difficult for me to remember. Actually, let me spray or repel. It's really difficult for me to remember what trainers I haven't fought, what trainers I have fought, and I really hate missing trainers. It's a big pet peeve of mine. I can't stand it. And not knowing what trainers I have missed and what trainers I haven't missed, it makes me wonder the whole game, did I miss a trainer? And you normally miss a trainer. So if I did, you know, it's unfortunate, but I'm going to try not to. You guys know how I am. I like to fight everybody. Eris is up front, and I'm going to go ahead and fight this trainer first. We got to fight them all. You got to catch them all, Pokemon. Charmeleon. Sorry, Pokérap. I bust into Pokérap every day. Didn't you guys know? That's a fact of mine. Swimmer Kalani has a Corsola. That would be actually really bad. Wishy-washy. You suck! Wishy-washy can't even evolve. Wait, that's not what I was trying to say. Can't even change its form yet unless it's level 20. Kalani. It's level 18. You Wishy-washy is gonna get absolute dumpster truck. I'm sorry if I get close to the mic when I say like things that are intense, kind of like that. And people said back away from the mic because of my new recording setup. I must be like annoying. I mean, I knew that. I don't have a grass type. I thought I had Mega Drain on that thing. On Malcolm. That thing. Nah, that thing that we had on our team like the whole game. He's nothing. He's just that thing. No, I treat my Pokemon with respect and dignity. Unlike myself. But that's okay because Pokemon need to be loved. I hate it. Don't get me started. I hate it when Pokemon YouTubers don't care about their Pokemon at all. Like, why do you not care? You're just doing it to make videos. You don't actually care about your Pokemon. You're just doing it for views. Not my type of style. I want to, like, love my Pokemon. And I love all my teammates. Even Bob. Bob's amazing. That was a reference. There was no shame on Bob. It was just a reference to the Golden Girls. Or Sophia, the old lady, is like, I love all my kids. Even Phil. And it's like, yeah, even Phil. You know? Even Bob. If I had a Pokemon named Phil, it'd be great. But, like, Bob is Phil, kind of. You know what I mean? Not really. I just, like, pulled Bobby. Swimmer Yasu! Corsola would be terrible. Tentacle's fine. Alright, so I'm gonna leave Eris and them up front for now. And I'm gonna switch to Bellamord for the next guy, because I'm assuming the next person's gonna have a Corsola. I was kind of taking a gamble here using Eris, because, like, Corsola would kill them both. But I have Feather Dance, so it's not too bad. And Acrobatics is gonna take a Tentacle out, like, immediately. Like, here it is. See it? And now it's gone. So that's how quick Tentacle dies, doing Acrobatics. Because they have, like, no defense. And they have lots of special defense. Yasu. I don't know where I was going with that one. I was going to make a meme about Yasu's name, but I think just saying his name is a meme enough, if you ask me. Because his name is a joke. Sorry for anybody out there named Yasu, but, like, not because I made fun of your name, but because you're named that. That's the meme. Oh! No, I know nobody's named that, so I can say it. I wanted to spur a Pokemon. What is this? What is this? What is this? Soft sand. That's actually not too bad. Like, Barboach could, like, rock that soft sand. Money's desperate. Is there any, like, star pieces around here? Or anything? Or stardust? Nothing? Nothing? You kidding me? Not a single hidden item on this little island. Are you joking me? Plot twist. I missed a Master Ball right there. I'll never know, though. True. It's a true story. Like, somebody in the comments is going to be like, there was a Master Ball between the trees, but you missed it. Snoutland's not... Snoutland. Oh my god. Snoutland. Because it's got a big snout. It's like, did you think? Oh, Super Repel. Did you think? Look who I'm talking to. Did I think? I just forgot about my Repel until that Super Repel reminded me. I'll go ahead and spray that because Super Repels are so much better than regular Repels. Fight me. What? Youngsters evolve into swimmers? No, they don't! Youngsters evolve into ace trainers according to my Discord server. Didn't you know? That's like the rank. That's like the roles. Yeah, and you can't do this part until you get Sharpedo. Annoying if you ask me. But will I come back? Probably not, because the TM that's hidden, not here, but like there's a TM hidden behind boulders up ahead. And you know what that TM is, guys? It's Explosion. Do you really think that I need to get the TM for Explosion? I don't think so. Not in this playthrough. I mean, I almost taught it to my Drifblim in my original Moon Wedlocke for the Elite Four. I was going to go out with a bang, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I mean? I was going to go out with a boom. Didn't end up doing it because I loved him too much. He never died. He made it through the champion and all. I loved him. He was my best friend, and he's on my main file now. The Gambler, the Drifblim, the one I talk about so much. Caught him in the cemetery. It was on my original 6 team. Made it all the way to the end of the game. Beautiful. It was such a poetic ending. He was amazing. Swimmer Kelsey, on the other hand, right here, is not amazing. She has a Corsola. Not amazing indeed. She has a Finneon. So you remember that thing I was talking about, Love Disc? How some Pokemon are just so bad that you can't use them? Finneon is close. Like, I would love to try a Lumineon out, but Lumineon is pretty close. Like, it's usable, but it's, like, Emolga territory. Yeah, it's usable. But are you gonna use it? Probably not. I don't mind using one in, like, a Platinum regular playthrough, but, like, a Wedlocke is just kind of bothering me. You know, if I did that, it's basically, like Folgers in your cup. No, that was a meme. I know you might be like, how's that a meme? That's stupid. It's a reference, because my Finneon in my original Moon Wedlocke that I didn't use was named Folgers in your cup. Folgers. I'm serious. You might be like, why would you name a Finneon Folgers? It does not make sense, Corm. First, you gotta step back and ask yourself, do any of my names ever make sense? I named a cat Bob. Think about it. You might have thought, like, I was joking at the beginning of the game when I said I'm gonna name this Pokemon Bob. But I did it. And he's still here. So, you need to contemplate your life decisions. But, yeah, I named it Folgers because my naming theme in that playthrough was actually... Here's the Corsola. My naming theme in that playthrough was actually, references and memes that a YouTuber I was watching at the time made while I was playing my Wedlocke. I would play the Wedlocke while I watched his videos, and any memes that he would make while I was looking for a name, boom, that's the name. And he was, like, making a meme about Folgers in your cup when I was trying to name my Finneon, and I was like, Folgers! That's the name! So it was a really weird naming theme. That's how I got my weird names, like The Gambler. He referenced a song called The Gambler. I don't know what it is. I had a Flareon named Waka Flocka, which is apparently a rapper. Kind of like Bob. So, that's where my naming theme came from. That would be an interesting naming theme. Binge watch a Corm playthrough. That, like, I don't make enough references, but I do make some. But, like, and, like, just things, weird things they say. Like, watch a Corm playthrough that you've never seen, the whole playlist, while you're playing your Wedlocke. Like, we'll play it while you're watching. And write down memes and references that I make. Boom, you got a naming theme. It's true. Like, boom goes the dynamite. You can name it Dynamite. Like, it's a weird one, because it's not, like, that creative. But, like, I say some weird stuff. You know what I'm saying? And, like, the rules where it couldn't be anything related to the game that he was playing. I was watching him play The Binding of Isaac. And I named my character after him. He's Northern Lion on YouTube. I'm sure some of you have heard of him. And he goes by, like, people call him Egg. Like Egghead, because he's bald. And so I named my character Egg. She was a girl, too. It was funny. And it was just, like, it was a big meme playthrough. But, like, it ended up being amazing. That's the original Moon Wedlocke that I'm always talking about. And it was just amazing. So you could, like, name your character Corm and, like, name all your Pokemon after things that I say. Like, I don't know how much references I did in my older videos, like, because I wasn't that good at commentating back then. But, like, now I just, like, bust out all these things. You know, like, bust a rap with Captain Jack from that one TV show, The Misadventures of Flapjack. Remember that, guys? remember? Do you guys remember that? I just now remembered The Misadventures of Flapjack. Like, I was, like, I'm older than, like, that audience would have been. So, like, I just made fun of it. But, like, kids that are younger than me, probably, like, that was, like, their jam, probably. And I thought it was the dumbest thing. But the theme song was kind of cool. I don't remember. It was like, don't. Maybe, I don't know. Like, did it sound like that? I'm just kind of remembering The Misadventures of Flapjack. And, like, Chowder. You know, that's two names right there. You name your thing Chowder, and you name your thing Flapjack. There's two names, you know? Just, like, things I say. Like, don't use those. Because, like, you know, I just, like, brought it up. But, like, when I'm not even thinking about, like, potential names in the future for, like, people that are playing along or whatever. Like, that'd be an interesting naming theme if you can't come up with anything. Fight me, swimmer! Yes, you're going to battle me. And, like, what was that reference I made earlier? Old Rock. I made a reference to Old Rock. Nobody knows what that is. You don't have to know what it is. It's a Sly Cooper reference. Name your thing Old Rock. You know, and I would always deviate, kind of. So, like, for example, say the person I was watching made a reference to Old Rock, and I didn't know what it was. I'd Google it, and I'd find out what it was, and find out it's Sly Cooper. Old Rock is the code name for a character in Sly Cooper named the Guru. If I didn't like Old Rock, I'd name something the Guru. So I could deviate from what the actual reference was, and I would go, like, very off the beaten path, kind of. Like, it would be, like, one thing that related to this one thing, to this one thing, to this one thing, and I'd name it after the one thing, kind of. If you know what I'm saying. So, like, it would be, like, way down the line, but it would be interesting. So, like, The Gambler, if I didn't like The Gambler, I'd name it after the artist of that song. Maybe his name is Bob the Cat. So I'd name my thing Bob the Cat. You know what I'm saying? So, like, there's so many creative possibilities that you can get from, like, random things that YouTuber says. Not even, like, necessarily me. Maybe your other favorite YouTubers. You know, because I'm one of them, right? You know, but, like, not actually. But, like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, things like that. And it couldn't have anything to do with the game. So if, like, he referenced Binding of Isaac, like, oh, I just got hit with this. Like, couldn't be, like, named after that. It has to be something that has nothing to do with the game. Double slap! Eris, you good, but you're not good enough for Double Slap. Double Slap is for your high-quality Pokemon. Like Love Gear. You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I was to make a reference about Portia here, like, Swimmer Portia! You know, Big Brother Portia! You know, her last name was Briggs. Name something Briggs. You know? I think her name was Portia Briggs. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Maybe I'm wrong. But, like, you know what I'm saying? Something like that. It's a cool naming theme. I had a lot of fun with that playthrough. And if, like, some reason you're, like, playing through the Wedlocke and then, like, you're at the end of the Wedlocke, but you stopped watching that person or the series ended, then I just started naming them random things. So, like, after the point of the 4th island, I started naming things whatever I wanted. It had, like, for example, I caught a Granbull, and it was going to be paired up with my Drifblim. And my Drifblim was the Gambler. So the Gambler's got to have his own manager, you know what I'm saying? So I named my Granbull Manageress because it was a girl. You know, it was just, like, things like that, you know what I mean? It's a really interesting idea for a naming theme, and if you guys are ever struggling for one, it's definitely something you could consider. Really, it's just rambles at this point, because I'm, like, fighting water trainers, and as you guys know, water trainers are really boring to fight. It's hard to commentate Pokemon trainers that you find in the water. I don't know why, I've always struggled with that, because it's just, like, bland. You're, like, surfing around looking for them, and then they got, like, one different name. They're still a swimmer. They're all swimmers. David Schwimmers, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm just trying. Yeah, so here we are at the Howley Beachfront. I think that's all the trainers that you can find here in Melemele Sea, except the ones that are hidden behind the rocks, if there are any. But they're not anything that I can get to. So that's basically everybody we can fight. I know I didn't take on Route 6 this episode, but this took way longer than I thought. This is probably a really long episode, even though I didn't really do too much. I just caught some Pokemon, explored one sea area in Kailele Bay. I just burped. That was weird. I'm sorry if you heard that. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to do in here. So, like, now mall front up here, somebody pointed out that you can get a shell bell. I didn't know there were quests in here. I've never actually done anything in the mall before. I don't think I've ever even been in here. Maybe I came in here once. I don't know. But, like, there's some stuff you can do in here. I don't really feel like it, personally. So, I'm sorry. But I don't know, like, what you can get or what you have to do. I don't know how any of it works. I'm not going to figure it out. I'm lazy. So, yeah, there's that. I just wanted to point that out. But really, there's not too much left that I want to do. In the next episode, we're going to go ahead and take on Route 6. And we're going to head on to the Battle Royale. And maybe we'll make it up to the West Volcano. The West Wela Volcano Park or whatever it is. And then, in the episode after that, we might be taking on the 3rd trial of the game versus Totem Salazzle. So, if you guys enjoyed this episode, even though it was kind of a backtrack and scattered episode, a like is appreciated. It helps out a great deal. And if you do want to see more Pokemon Wedlocks like Pokemon Sun, feel free to subscribe. It helps me out a ton. I really appreciate it. So, with that being said, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.